Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Okay, so one of the issues I've had with the Nitecore EDC line of flashlights, it's been kind of public. I'm not the only one that complains about it. I've talked about it in several videos, and I think I found a solution for it. So Nitecore has the EDC line of flashlights. I'm assuming it stands for everyday carry. Maybe it stands for something else, but I don't see it on their website. They make them in the traditional cylinder form looking and all that good stuff like the EDC, the Nitecore EDC 33, which is I have right here. They also make the Nitecore EDC 35. I don't have a lot of complaints about these. These are great, especially for pouches. If you're okay with putting them in your pocket, these are fantastic. But the ones that are the most popular has to be their flat flashlights, the Nitecore EDC 20C lineup. And if we want to put these in range of like OG to current, then we kind of look at the Nitecore EDC 27. Then the EDC 25 came out next, which I don't have. Then we got the Nitecore EDC 27 UHI, the Nitecore EDC 29, and then we got the Nitecore EDC 23. All of them great, but all of them have the same issue. Okay, so here's the thing is I'm a big fan of these flashlights, but the pocket clip, that's the issue. It leaves so much of the flashlight hanging out of your pocket. It's a lot. Okay. So let's just imagine this is your pocket. Okay. And you put this in your pocket, you put this in your little jeans pocket. And while it's in your pocket, that's how much is hanging out of your jeans pocket. That's a lot. That's a lot of flashlight. And so someone left a comment a few weeks ago on my Nitecore EDC 23 video, and they say, hey, just buy this aftermarket pocket clip and it should just work just fine. And before I made the purchase, went ahead and grabbed my little stainless steel hardened measuring tool, which measures millimeters or American size as well, but I keep it in millimeters. So when I did the measurements, I found out between basically lug to lug is what I kind of call it, from center point to center point, it's about, we'll call it 8 millimeters. And it's a little bit off because I'm not the best at keeping this thing centered, but 8 millimeters. So whatever pocket clip you have needs to have the center threading for about 8 millimeters for whichever ones that you order. So when he sent me an email, he said, this is the one that I ordered. I saw it was 8 millimeters. So I thought, well, this is promising. It leads me to believe this could be the solution for it. So here it is on this flashlight, the Nitecore EDC 23. It gives me like reminds me of the traditional deep carry pocket clip you would see on like a Civivi or maybe a, maybe a Benchmade bug out, and it just kind of solves the solution with less of the flashlight hanging out of your pocket. So now if I put this one hypothetically in my pocket, is this one not locked either? I have all these flashlights unlocked, blinding myself, accidentally turning them on. But if I put this one on, you can see how much deeper in that pocket that one would be. We'll compare it with the EDC 27. All right, so if I have both in the pocket, and that's the thing, it's just like, can I find a solution which allows for, maybe I need to skip one because this pouch is full of crap. So I could understand it being difficult to stuff that in there. All right, but so is it possible that I'm able to get more of the flashlight deeper down? And it is, right? So when we get this one all the way in and we get past the screws to make sure it's fully in there, that's how much deeper in the pocket it is. Significantly better, right? So now it's all the way down in your pocket versus that much being left out. Now, this does have its pros and cons. First of all, it's a lot fatter, further away from the center of the flashlight. So that's where it lines nice and low profile. And this is more of a traditional deep carry, fat, can go over corduroys, wool, whatever. So that's what this one's a little bit more suited for that. If you're used to the palmability of the flashlight, it does change the profile a little bit. Now it's more of this is in the meaty part of my hand. So if you're used to that low profile feeling, you're going to feel the difference. Okay. And then it's aftermarket. How well is it going to hold up? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see, is it going to scratch? Is it going to do anything like that? Those are things you have to think about as well. But it's a pretty simple switch to do if you want to get them. So when you buy these, they come in packs of 2. They come with their own screws. I've already lost all the screws for them, but coincidentally, you can just use the screws that come with it. So what we're going to do is I've already done the switch on the Nitecore EDC 23, which I think is very pocket friendly. You can do this switch on the 29, but the 29 is not the most pocket friendly flashlight to begin with. So I think that it kind of makes a lot more sense that if you have the 27, the 25, or the 27 UHI, that you make the switch on one of those. Okay, so you're going to get yourself a T5 bit. Of course, I like my Weehaw bits, so I keep those. I have an iFixit little swirly whirly screwdriver here, but whatever. I would just say I would recommend that you do this with a manual screwdriver and not a electric one, because you don't want to strip these screws, especially if these are the only 2 that you have, which, like I say, it comes with 2, but they're shorter than the ones that are installed in the flashlight already. Okay, so it makes a lot of sense to just keep the ones that it comes with. So just take these off real quick. And this is this is a first world problem, guys. Okay, the flashlight hanging too far out of your pocket is like 100% a first world problem. No one complains about that except for EDC junkies, people who want to carry these flashlights in both their pockets, their pouch, all that good stuff. Okay, but you can take this off, and when you take this off, what you will notice is this entire protective plate comes off. Okay, now when you reinstall this, you have a couple of options. You can reinstall it with this little protective cover, reinstall back on it, or you can leave it off. So it really just depends on what you want to do. If you reinstall it with that cover on, you see with this one here, the bump, you don't have the option to take the bump off for the 23, but if you reinstall it with the bump on, it's just that much further away from your body. For this one, if I want to install it with the bump off, then I would just take it and I would install it directly on the back of the flashlight. And see, does it give me the results that I want? And I think that, as I mentioned, this is kind of one of those problems that no one's really needs a solution for. I think it's a nice to have, and we'll just knock it out just to see if we can just have a easier solution. I'll just take that one in halfway so I can still move it around without any issues. This also changes the look of the flashlight. Okay, now the look of the flashlight is a lot better looking with the hump. It's better looking with its own pre-installed pocket clip. But are you getting these things for their functionality, or are you getting them for their aesthetics? If you're getting them for their aesthetics, then you don't want to do this modification at all. But if you're getting them for the functionality, look at that. Just look how much, it's going to be so much lower in the actual pocket, way lower in the pocket than the traditional OG version. Let's put it back in here next to the EDC 29. And well, actually, I can't even put the EDC 29 in this pouch because it's just too thick, but it's just so fat. So fat. I have the OG EDC 27. Let's put this in here just to show you the difference real quick. So you see the difference between the two. Once again, I mean, it's going to be one of those things that you 100% can tell the difference. If this is your pocket, you're 100% going to be able to tell the difference as soon as you get this thing taken care of. So just a quick video. I wanted to show you one of the biggest issues with the EDC lineup and talk to you about a quick modification for it. What does it do to the profile of it? I think this cost me less than $15. I'll link it up down below for anything like that. If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.